Welcome back to Kevin's Trooper channel. This is the channel where we do all types of DIY projects for overlanding and off-roading. If you guys remember a while back, I had a problem with my oil pressure sender. And in that video, I had mentioned that I've already replaced this once before, right about a year ago, and it's already starting to do this on the gauge again. I talked to several Trooper owners that are experiencing the same issue, and I don't exactly know why that is, but I've got another one in and we're gonna replace it today. As I looked on Rock Auto, there was two of them listed on there. One of them was like around $100 and something, and one of them was right at half that. The first time I replaced it, I went with the more expensive one. This time, I went with the cheaper one. But when I got this box in, and I'll put the part number right here, but the box has an NGK sticker on it, like NGK spark plugs, and it appears to be a really high quality part. I want to say it was 50 something dollars, but anyway, we're going to change this part out today, and we're going to see if we could stop this action on my oil pressure gauge. It just drives me crazy. I could live with it, but my oil light sender is also not working. That means that if this isn't working, I have absolutely no way to determine what my oil pressure is doing. I won't get a light on the dash, nothing. So if the oil drain plug falls out of this thing and the oil starts dumping out on the highway, I would have no way of knowing. And so I want this gauge to work, and I want it to work accurately. So let's get this part changed out. Coming up. Alright, I got my gloves on, and I'm going to stick this oil pan under the front of the vehicle, and I'm going to get a few wrenches and we'll get this thing changed out. Okay, here we are under the vehicle, and I'm going to start to remove the defective part by first unplugging the electrical connection and pushing it up out of the way. And then the best way that I have found to get a wrench onto this part is that you have to come up from the top like this, and then I'm using a stubby wrench, and then you need to try to get the part to turn by the base and not by the black part. The black part will sometimes just spin, and it won't allow the actual threads to screw out of the housing. And I've made that mistake a couple of times. And it's coming. Alright, now I can hand turn it. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my new part ready, because I want to try to lose as little oil as possible. And I'm going to get my drain pan ready. And here we go. Make sure we're threaded straight in there. It's not easy to do looking around the camera. I can't really tell what straight is. Oh, I'm way off. I think that's it. Yeah, we're in there. Oh, that was a mess. Now, in all honesty, you could probably just hand tighten this and be fine. But I like to give it just one or two little turns just to make sure that we're nice and snug here. And you can see how the wrench won't fit in from the bottom here. It has to come around from the top, like so. And I'll get it as far in as I can, hand threading it. And then I'll use my stubby to just give it just a couple more rounds. So as long as it doesn't leak. And that's probably plenty good. Then we're going to plug our electrical connection back in. And it's just that simple. If you guys will notice, the reason that my oil light is not working is because this connection right here that goes to this upper sender, right above this is your pressure sensor that goes to the oil light on the dash. There's two. And for some reason, the end of this won't slide and stick onto here like it's supposed to. And so I just haven't messed with changing it yet. As long as one of these two backup systems work, you're probably going to be fine. I just don't want to have neither one of them working. So I went ahead and got another one of these. But if this one doesn't work again, I may get this oil light sender and change it out instead, so that way at least I'll have an oil light on the dash. But the problem with that is, how do you test that? How do you know if the oil light is going to come on the dash or not? It's much harder to test than being able to see this gauge start to act up. But it's just that simple. I don't see any leaks. The parts are in there tight. The electrical should be plugged back in, and our wires are nice and secure. We should be good to go. Guys, I gotta tell you, when I first saw these magic creepers on television, I laughed. I thought it was the silliest thing I've ever seen. But the problem I have with using my regular creeper is I'm up too close to the bottom of the Trooper. I need to be further down. And any kind of a creeper with rollers on it, you're too far up. But with this thing, I can just lay on it and slide under the Trooper and do what I have to do and slide right out. And so I thought they were really silly when I first saw them. But this thing has been fantastic. It's called a magic creeper, and it slides real easily. So whenever you sit on it, you can just slide yourself right under the Trooper or any vehicle and back out. I'll link this thing in the description. They're not very expensive. I think it was like 25 bucks or something like that. I mean, it was real cheap. And I was always throwing a towel down or a blanket to try to get under there on, and it didn't slide, and my stuff got dropped, and it was really uncomfortable. I've been real happy with this thing, even though I did kind of laugh at it the first time I saw it. All right, here we are back in the Trooper, and let's see what the gauge is going to look like. Very nice. And I didn't lose hardly any oil at all. All right, nice and clean. I religiously change my oil every 3,000 miles. I think that is the #1 most important thing that you can do to your vehicle, bar none. All right, let's take a look at this old one and just see if we notice anything out of the ordinary here. It all looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I probably could have sprayed some brake clean in this and maybe blew some air through it or something and got it to working again. But I just got a new one to replace it to see. If the next one does it again, that's probably what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. Now I'm gonna take this plug and spray it with a little bit of this electrical cleaner, just because it seems like it has a lot of gunk down in there. I really like this electronics cleaner. It works really, really good for, you know, different electrical contacts and different plugs and connectors. Works really, really good. All right, that's ready to go in the spare parts pile. Well, that's it, guys. That is oil pressure sender take 2. So we'll see how this one works. We'll see if the cheaper one lasts longer than the expensive one that costs almost twice as much. Hey, as long as it works, that's all good, right? So I'll keep you guys posted. If this one breaks down, I'll do a video on it. If it lasts less than a year like the other one did, I don't know what happened. It's hard to say, but we'll see how it runs. And don't forget to get y'all a magic creeper, because all the cool kids have them. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our great group of guys that we have on this channel. And give me a thumbs